We are here in, well, near Conway, Arkansas, just past Little Rock. And we got loaded last night over in Covington, Tennessee, north of Memphis. We're gonna start heading west, back towards Las Vegas. Oh man, all right. I'll catch up with you guys when something actually exciting happens and we're not just talking about sleep habits. I really need to learn how to shut my mouth. Well, I guess I asked for something exciting to happen. All right, we just got a stinking stop engine immediately light, the red stop sign of death. And I don't really know why. Temperature was normal. Everything looked and seemed normal. So now I'm here in New Mexico on the side of the road. All right, we just got a stinking stop engine immediately light, the red stop sign of death. And I don't really know why. Temperature was normal. Everything looked and seemed normal. So now I'm here in New Mexico on the side of the road. Belts are in place, coolant level's good. See if there's a couple trucks coming. I'll wait until. All right, they got over. Never assume that trucks are gonna steer clear of you. Sometimes guys just aren't paying attention. All right, there is oil on there. I should be fine. We're due for our next oil change is what I was trying to say. So we are running a little thinner oil, but my temperature was fine. What I have felt like when I really am loaded up, I feel like there's something with the injectors. Like it just doesn't quite run as like smooth as I'd like it to run. I always feel like when I really try and give it a lot of fuel that it's kind of, when I give it a lot of fuel, there's always like a little like roughness to it. Like it doesn't want to go. All right, cool. Not that it doesn't want to go, but just a little roughness. I don't know. Like it doesn't like it when I'm using a lot of fuel. So, okay, now just an ABS light's on. All right, no more red stop sign of death. I wonder how long that'll take. Oil temperature normal. Coolant temperature normal. Transmission temp, axle temps. I don't know, man. I don't know what that was, but this thing's going in the shop as soon as I get home, if it makes it that far, if we make it that far. But I'm gonna get off the side of the road at least, get this thing. When I selected, so when you shut down the engine, you can go in and you can check your faults to see what the issue is, and all it said was connect service tools. So of course it doesn't tell me what the issue is. I gotta take it to a tech. Gotta pay someone to hook that computer up. So it's under warranty. I'm not tripping on like the cost of it. What I'm tripping on is the downtime, and I don't really want to put this in the shop with a load of ice cream. That would be cost prohibitive to run that reefer, as long as they would want to have it for a warranty job like that. I would lose money on the fuel, burning all that fuel with an ice cream load. I'd have to pay someone else to come get the load and take it. I'd have to do something, rent a truck. I don't even know what I'd have to do. But it wouldn't, as long as they take for warranty jobs, it could be, you know, a week and a half before they even do anything to this truck. So I'm not gonna let a load of ice cream sit there. So I'm gonna try and get it down the road. The light cleared. We'll see. I'll just baby it on down the road and see what happens. I don't know. This is pretty unfortunate. I'm not stoked. Not stoked. My new truck just hit 60,000 miles. So, like I said, we're due for our second oil change. They recommend every 35,000 miles when you get the fuel mileage that I typically get. So 35,000 miles. I changed it at 33 last time. I was going to change it at 60 this time. I was going to go more towards between 25 and 30. So we're at 26,917 miles. That's the last time I changed the oil. So I was thinking I was going to do it actually next week. But now it sounds like instead of just getting the oil changed at a local shop, I may take it into the dealership and have them hook it up to the computer and find out what the heck's going on. Because like I said, my guess is it feels like an injector thing, but I don't know Cummins very well. I don't know what's normal and what's not, you know, and it just doesn't. There's times where I feel like it doesn't feel normal, like it's not as responsive, and it kind of feels like there's something a little off in there. But then again, I don't know Cummins engines, and I was just kind of like waiting for something like this to happen to find out if there's an issue. Because if there is faults and they are regarding, you know, something internal, then I'll be able to actually give the technician something to look at. So anyway, I'm gonna get off the side of the road now. There's a window coming for me to be able to get rolling, so we're gonna do that. Cool. All right, we're cruising through New Mexico still, and now we've got a little wrench on our dash, on our dusty dash. So we're gonna be coming into Tucumcari pretty soon, and I'm just gonna pull into the truck stop and see which one of those shops can run the diagnostic for me. And I'm gonna have to spend some money, but I gotta figure out what's going on, and you know, perhaps save the receipt and maybe get reimbursed by Peterbilt. I'm not even sure, but kind of a bummer if you ask me. But yeah, we can't keep going with that little wrench there. Gotta find out what that is. Usually that just sends you to the manual as well, see owner's manual. So not exactly sure what they want, but we'll get over here and figure it out. Okay, so it cleared again. Obviously, once I cycle the key, it clears. I called the shops over here, and neither of them have the ability to. They said they don't have the software. They said we've been having trouble with the 21s, so a 22, I don't think we're going to be able to, you know, if we can't do 21, I don't think we can do 22. And I said, all right. So I think I'm left trying to just get it to a dealership. But if it's going to, you know, pop up every 10, 15 miles, and then I'm going to have to cycle the key, that's going to be ridiculous. But I think what I'm going to do, I've got a half tank of fuel. I think I'm going to go in here and get some injector stuff, just because well, it can't hurt, and that's my guess, is that there's something going on with the injectors. And so who knows, I just feel like I need to do something. Throwing the dart. You guys know I'm not a mechanic. I've told you guys this. I'm not very mechanically minded. I'm not you know, I'm not going to diagnose this thing out here on the road and fix it myself. I know that. But I also feel like I have to do something to try and get this down the road until I can get it to a Peterbilt shop. And preferably, I'd like to get it to the Peterbilt shop back home so that while it's in the shop, I can be at home and not out here on the road. And hopefully it's nothing, but it's never nothing, right? If they say it's nothing, things don't just magically disappear. If the light popped on, it popped on for a reason, and it'll come back. And it'll come back at an inopportune time. So, anyway, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Go get some injector stuff, and maybe eat a little something. I don't know. We gained an hour when we got into New Mexico. We went from Central Time to Mountain Time, so it's only like 8 o'clock or something like that. Not even 8 o'clock yet. But we've been on the road for like, I don't know, whatever. What would that be? If we left around a little before 5. So yeah, almost 4 hours. Like 3.5 hours we've been on the road. So we haven't really gotten crazy far, but we did get across the whole panhandle of Texas, which was, let's see, 178 miles. Does that sound right for those of you who travel I-40? When you look at your IFTA, about 178 miles to run across the panhandle. That's what I had. So, anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go do it, and hopefully it works. All right, so we're headed out of Tucumcari, New Mexico. Tucumcari. I don't know why that's so fun to say, but it is. Like I said, the light's off. Everything that I can check mechanically, as far as temperatures, belts, fluids, everything is checking out. So it's really a matter of something else going on, some type of sensor, maybe an internal thing, an injector, a combustion of some sort. I'm not sure, but anything that I can kind of diagnose on the side of the road is looking okay. So I need to put it in a shop. The shop there, like I said, doesn't have the tools, so I'm thinking that I'm gonna go. There is a Peterbilt dealership in Albuquerque, so if I need to get it there, if this continues to be a problem, like every 10 to 15 miles, then I gotta do what I gotta do. But I'd like to get it all the way back home, limp it home, and then there's a Peterbilt dealership in my town where I live, and that would be better. But we're gonna try and limp this thing along. I'm actually going faster than what I had planned on, but this guy was going 60 miles an hour up that hill, and now he's going 70. So rather than hanging out here in the number 1 lane, passing lane, I'm gonna hammer down a little bit, get back over in front of him. Anyway, so we're gonna baby it though. Maybe not right now, but we're in general gonna keep it around 68 miles an hour. That's the plan. Hey, might save some money on fuel while I'm at it. You never know. So no, not you never know. You do know 68 miles an hour saves fuel compared to 70, 75. So it's not a we'll see what happens kind of thing. I guess the reason why I say that we'll see what happens is because if I am having an injector issue, I may be not doing as well on fuel anyway. But that means 68 can only help, right? All right, let's go move on down the road. Lately I've been watching, because I've been talking while I've been driving, my talking has been worse than ever. I have a lot of funny filler words. So anyway, I say a lot. I say all right a lot. And it's kind of annoying. I don't know, I need to go sign up for Toastmasters or something. You guys ever heard of Toastmasters? Toastmasters is a little, group. Like, I don't even know how it's organized, but you sign up to be a part of this little Toastmaster group, and you go and work on public speaking. It's usually professionals trying to advance in their career, trying to get better at public speaking so that they can become better speakers. That's the name Toastmasters, so you can do better at giving toasts. And they work on little things like that. The filler words, all those little things. I went to a couple meetings when I was younger. I was in a management position, and they thought I could benefit from it, so they actually paid for me to go. So I went to a couple, and then something happened with my schedule that no longer allowed me to go to the group that I had been to. So I ended up not going. But my years of preaching helped a little bit as I preached in youth groups and college groups, and occasionally in like large church in the main sanctuary. So I'm not as bad as I could be. I could be worse than this. Imagine that. Imagine that. But anyway, filler word, we're gonna get down the road, and hopefully this check engine light doesn't come back on. Pray for El Hueso. Hashtag pray for El Hueso. I got a call coming in. All right. So we've trucked it about 100 miles, and no issues yet. No more check engine lights. I'm driving by my boost gauge. The boost gauge measures manifold pressure in your exhaust manifold. I'm keeping it below 20 pounds per square inch, or maybe at 20, maybe a little over at times, but I try and bring it right back down. But basically, there's a correlation in fuel consumption to manifold pressure gauge. So you can kind of tell, like, if you really put your foot in it, your boost gauge goes up, your manifold pressure gauge, and you're gonna be using more fuel. If you're doing what I'm doing now, which is basically just driving like a sissy, not using any of the torque that I have to climb these hills, then you're gonna use less fuel. And so I'm thinking that we got a fuel issue. That's my main thought. And honestly, I need to double check my manual, because if I'm at 27,000 miles since I changed my oil, that means I'm at 27,000 miles since I changed my fuel filters. And even though my fuel filter gauge says I'm totally good, maybe the secondary filter is plugging up. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, I need to double check. I remember checking. I remember reading through that whole preventative maintenance section and feeling like I was good to go, like I knew what I was doing. But now that number is escaping me. So maybe that number is every 15,000. And maybe I've been doing double duty on my fuel filter this time. And maybe it's just restricting the fuel, getting to the fuel pump and causing issues with the, that's why I feel like it's an injector issue, when really it's just a fuel filter thing. So we'll see. I will check that next time I stop, and we'll get on down the road, babying this thing along. See, like right now I'm at like 23 pounds per square inch. I need to back it off a little bit. We're climbing this little hill. It's just a little hill, but I'm going like 52 miles an hour, so I'm heavy. I'm getting into some little slightly hilly terrain, and I've got fuel issues. So this is fun, but not my idea of a good time. I drive with my foot on the floor most of the time. Just that's how I drive. So it's really hard to drive like this. Truly difficult. But anyway, all right, let's go. All right, we are trucking on down the road, and we've been babysitting this manifold pressure the whole time, but we've been trucking right along. We're still making good time, and when I stopped back there, I was able to look at the load board for tomorrow out of Vegas, and I was able to procure myself a load going back home. So I'm excited about that. And it does load from the same facility I'm delivering to. Oh yeah. It has a bit of a gap, so there's that. And it runs through the night tomorrow night, which sucks, but delivers Thursday morning. So I mean, I can't complain. I'm gonna be able to take a long weekend and family, man. See my family. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, so that's right. So that made me make the decision that I think we're just gonna stop. Oh, shaky. That bridge. Woo. We are gonna stop in Flagstaff. Just past Flagstaff, there's a pilot. So I'm gonna stop up there, find somewhere to sleep, and yeah, that's gonna be our stopping point today, because we basically, so I'll have like 4 hours to drive in the morning, but my appointment's not till 10 a.m. So I'll just wake up a little bit early and make the drive, because then I'm going to end up taking 10 hours off over there waiting for them to load me up. So I'll have plenty of time to rest and everything else. So, I mean, if I drive a couple hours closer today, it doesn't really save me much. It just gets me to the truck stop later, where I may not be able to find parking, all that stuff. So I figure I'll stop a little bit short, find some parking, get some good sleep, wake up a little bit earlier than I would like to, and get over there by my appointment time, make my delivery, and then I'll check in for my pickup right when I make my delivery. Kind of cool. So this happened last week too. Oh no, last week? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Yeah, so it was last week. Man, this trip's messing with my mind, guys. Messing with my mind. But anyway, we'll get over here to Flagstaff, or just past it, and check in with you guys when we get over there. All right, guys. So I got my my owner's manual out to check this out, to see if I can figure out what's going on. And right here we have the fuel filter replacement intervals, and right in the middle where it says short haul, both the suction side and the pressure side fuel filter intervals are the same. So I don't know why they didn't just say both, because they're the same along the entire, for both of them. They're supposed to be changed out at the same time. All right, so right there in the middle, I've been getting 5.8 miles per gallon. That's what my computer says. I think I get closer to 6 and even 6.1, 6.2 most of the time, but as a whole, since I did my last oil change, it says 5.8. So I'm getting less than what I thought what I think I should be getting, but maybe I am having an issue with an injector, because right here it says 40,000 miles. So we're nowhere near that. I changed it at 33,000 miles with the oil. And so that's why I remember saying that I don't have to worry about a different interval for the fuel filters. I'll change them every oil change. That was my thought in my mind, which is why I couldn't remember, because I was like, crap, because I just put it out of my mind, like, cool, that's not anything I have to worry about. But anyway, so that was that. Man, yeah, don't know what it could be. All right, we made it here to Flagstaff, Bellevue, Arizona, and yeah, we got ourselves a spot. And man, they built all kinds of new stuff over here, and they changed the entrance to this truck stop since the last time I've been here. And so they blocked off, like, now the way you used to come in and out is just an exit, and they force you to turn right into like this neighborhood, and you gotta go around the roundabout, and then they've got this weird little single lane driveway to get in. It's really weird, but nevertheless, we got in here. And so yeah, man, 4:30. I left this morning at 4:45. What was I in? Central Time. And I'm finishing over here at 4:30 Mountain Time. So the weird thing is, I always get confused with Arizona, because Arizona has the same time as California, as Pacific Time, half the year, because they don't observe daylight savings time, except the Navajo Nation, who does observe daylight savings time. So it gets even more confusing. But Arizona as a whole stays on Mountain Standard Time year round. So they sync up with California for part of the year, and then they sync up this time of year with, you know, the rest of mountain time, New Mexico, Colorado, all that stuff. So anyway, so I was sitting here trying to think, and I'm gonna gain an hour when I get into Vegas tomorrow because Nevada is on Pacific time. So I'm gonna figure my route to get in there. I got an extra hour to get there, so I don't gotta wake up as early as I thought I would have to. So this is gonna work out perfect. I didn't need to get all the way to Kingman, Arizona tonight. Right here, up in the mountains, it's gonna be nice. The only thing is that it's gonna be 30 degrees tonight. So, which isn't actually too cold, but 30 degrees is 30 degrees. So anyway, we will sign this off right here, man, because this is it. We got through a lot today. There's a lot of stuff happening. So anyway, I actually don't know how this video is all gonna break up because there's so much footage. I didn't anticipate having, you know, being overweight. I didn't anticipate having issues with the injector, which, by the way, the injectors ran good the rest of the day. The fuel, I don't know any of that. I don't know what was going on. I really don't. So this is where we're gonna cut off the video. This is where I say, love you guys, peace out, see you on the next load, or I mean on the conclusion of this load, but then we're gonna pick up our next load tomorrow. All right.